yesterday. So the remaining
Wow.
10%, the $9,375. So that closes out this 2019 project finally. And then you guys have a couple of monthly reports. That's it for me. Jim, Jason?
At the beach, as everybody knows, was posted the signs up now for the QE or Click or whatever it is. Whatever outfit that is, they call it.
Uh-huh.
The sign they put up.
Oh,
It was
the
on
kiosk.
The kiosk sign is up, but they was on the Facebook page, but that's up. And it didn't hold up to the window yet. I didn't know how good that was gonna be, but it's up, it turned out good. That and the EMS is moving along, just waiting for the radios to get flashed, and my Mountain ambulance has been re-lettered as Danmore 452. You may see from next month, we might have them at our station for a little while, I don't know, just waiting for the village board meeting. See how that goes, but everything's going pretty good. We already talked about the budget, that's done. So hopefully things move forward and get a little better. Other than that, everything else is pretty good.
Mike?
So we're attempting to form a comprehensive planning board. We had our first meeting last week. We had 4 people in attendance. A couple people were absent who have shown interest. We're still trying to grow it a little bit more. We want agriculture, we want business. We pretty much have both lakes covered, Chatty, because there's a lot of Chatty Lake in the town of Dannemora. So we pretty much have both lakes covered, but we still want our numbers up a little bit according to what we've seen from other places. The town of Ironman, town of Jay, town of Champlain are all in the process. There's even more of doing this very same thing. I've called the county, I've left messages with Mike Zerlo, I've left messages with the secretary, I left messages on his voicemail. I have talked directly to his secretary and left messages with her, just as a thought to see money-wise if the county has anything available for us. So then I also reached out to AES Northeast, and they're pretty much in the lead with most of the towns. I know with Champlain and Jay, they are in the lead. There was a guy there who does the planning itself, and there also was a grant writer there. The grant writer is gonna call me back, so we have a meeting coming up this coming Tuesday, the 29th at 5 o'clock here. The grant writer's gonna call me back before that meeting, so hopefully I have a little more information as to what's going on. The first guy I talked to, who's kind of the head guy, he says we're looking at $80,000 to $90,000 to get this in motion. He was encouraging, said that their grant writer, so the town of Jay initially, just to get off the ground, for an example, the town of Jay put in $10,000 and DEC put in, or the Department of State, not DEC, Department of State put in $10,000. That was through a grant, and they have just received through DEC a $66,000, also written by the grant writer at AES Northeast. So he says there's money out there. The grant writer's got it down pretty good. I don't know if we have to pay him up front in hopes of getting it. I'll get all those answers when I talk with him. But we're trying to get it rolling, and we'll see where we end up. So Tuesday night, 5 o'clock is the next meeting, and hopefully we can keep moving forward with it.
What's the scope of the comprehensive plan?
It's pretty extensive. I mean, I have a copy of the one from Warrensburg. Warrensburg is finalized theirs, and it's everything from conservation to agriculture to private property restrictions, non-restricted areas, totally restricted areas. They're looking to have business people, agricultural people. We don't have a lot of businesses in town anymore. Waterfront owners, non-waterfront owners. So everybody can have a say as to what's going on, and hopefully everybody can can come together with it. But there's probably 7 different areas that they look to. Obviously, business and recreation are big. We have a lot of state land in our area, though. That's a big downside, I guess, to it. But we're right at the beginning. But hopefully, we can start going forward and see where we stand with. Did not have any idea how much money it was going to be.
Yeah.
Not a clue, but we have a good idea now.
And in order to have zoning or put into place any laws or regulations that has to do with land use or whatever, you have to start with a comprehensive plan, because that's what gives your laws teeth. So if you don't have a comprehensive plan that has already said what your land use desires are, then you jump off of that. And if you have a comprehensive plan, you don't necessarily need to have zoning. You can just refer back to that.
Yeah, outside the cities, pretty much everybody's going with this. Within the cities, they're kind of going with zoning plans, but outside the cities, everybody's pretty much looking at this plan now. Which is, I mean, it will definitely be a big step above what we have, that's for sure.
It's,
We have 0.
Yeah.
And people just gotta do what they want to do.
all right.
Anyhow.
Any follow-up questions on anything from anybody?
Oh, the volleyball net at the beach, do we own that?
That's gotta come down.
I was gonna say, I see it flapping in the wind today.
Yeah, Matt took down all the other nets and whatnot, and I don't think I can't see he didn't notice that one, because it's that bright orange thing.
That's a copy.
You can see it from the road,
That's
but
not bad.
I don't know if he thought, well, maybe people can still go there and play volleyball because it's still nice, but,
The only
yeah.
reason why it got put up so late is because of this, the grant thing. We had to have that up for pictures for the grant.
Oh, yeah.
So it's gotta come down, you know.
Yeah, we'll take the net down. I mean, the poles stay, but the net, we'll take it down. And, I think he was probably thinking, oh, it's really nice out still. You know, people might still come play volleyball, but the really nice is not gonna last too much longer.
Can I ask a question about the budget, like
Sure.
in general?
Yep.
Overall percentage increase, decrease,
Overall,
how far
hold on.
did the EMS, did that go up, or?
yeah, hold on, let me
Yeah,
run-
that's good.
let me do a real,
Summary of
I'll do a quick version of it. Hold on. Where's my first page? Well, hell, hold on. Well, overall, I can tell you that our part of it went, everything that we could control, which is general fund, highway, and V fund, went down a total of 2 cents, I think. Yes. The budget lines we can't control, that went up 41 cents. So Line Mountain Fire went up 7 cents. Stanmore Fire went down 4 cents. EMS was up 38 cents. So we're still in a real good range, $1.68 per thousand for that. So we're in good shape. Let's see, our general fund is 64 cents. Highway went down to 307 from 315. And the biggest thing, Frank, is that we're not using any savings. We're keeping savings there so that when we stop selling sand, that big $400,000 that we put in the budget for that, we can supplement from our savings. So we've got a good stock so that as we get more income into the town, we will supplement with our savings until we can build that back up again. Because without that $400,000, if we didn't supplement it from our savings, we'd be paying about $250 per thousand in general fund instead of in the 60s cents area. So, so the budget is, we did go over the tax cap because we're not using any savings. Last year, our budget for 2024 was about 1.9 million in total. We only levied about 900,000 to the taxpayers. The rest of it was all the other income that we get. So that's why we want to make sure we leave savings there so that when we're not getting that 400,000 in the budget from sand sales, that we could pull some out
We
from
have
savings.
1.9 million again this year in the budget, or
Um,
above that?
That number isn't final yet until I do the tax cap thing with the county, and then, but it's in that same range
In
though,
that same range?
Yep.
Okay.
so,
And how much longer is this ore sand gonna last?
well, we got one more year of contract.
A contract?
And, this year, the contract says they can take 50,000 ton a year. Last year they took 39,000, this year they took 35,000.
Right, right.
So, I think they're getting overwhelmed. I think they don't have room for what they're taking anymore. Hopefully they stay, their minimum that they have to pay us for is 33,000. So they're gonna try to take at least their minimum, because they've already paid us for it.
So
I-
the town does not plan on renewing a contract with these people? For any?
Not, this board doesn't, because as you know, that sand pile has gone down.
Where are they exactly getting the sand from? Because that pile is, like you said, is pretty much non-existent.
Yeah, they're going up over the hill, they're into the back of it, so they don't take from the front where you can see, they go up and around, and they're,
Scales over there, right?
yeah, they go way
Way
past the
down,
scales
down
and
the
down
back.
and around. So they're in the area
So they come in
where,
like Pine Hill, behind, like on the lower side of
So you know where
Pine Hill?
Jim Kowalski lives?
Yeah.
So if you go to Jim and as you start to take the turn to go up to Dickie Dadnow's, if you
Yeah.
went up over the hill right there, they're down in
They're
there.
down in there.
Yeah, but they go all the way around the back to come into that.
so where the old, they're in the areas right now where all the concrete, things were that held the pipes that, when it shot it over across the road, they're down in that area, so,
Plus they draw off the tar plant too.
Right, but that's not town.
no,
No, that's the paper company
Yeah,
owns that.
yeah.
They get loads from both.
so,
So they're
yeah.
still drawing, they're drawing more than 50,000 tons, that's
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
So, yeah, this board has no intention of renewing it, and, we'd hate to go another year, but,
You have to,
yeah.
I'd like to get an accurate, get somebody who actually knows something about it and get kind of I know it costs money, but find out just how much sand is there.
I remember Dad saying years ago that there's more sand in the tar plant than there was in all the piles combined up there, in Lime Mountain.
Very possible.
It was a
Well,
big,
and-
big hole that they filled in there. You
And-
you can't tell, but it just went down and on.
Right, well, and we don't know, we hear stories when that sand was coming out of there, it was just covering houses,
Yeah, well,
whatever.
the buried houses.
So,
everything,
How much can you take before you start hitting other things?
Yeah.
So-
So once you hit those, you know you're pretty close to the
Yeah, I get down there.
Yeah, so, it's, we have to, just like we're saving things, we have to look in the future for generations, because how sad will it be if, 2 generations from now, they have to go buy sand to do the roads, and we had this pile that they claimed would never go away, and, as we can all see, it's significantly gone, so,
It escaped me, but there's a company in Mineville that's just using that ore sand to extract 1 mineral,
On Mineral Island?
and then the rest is going right back to the pile.
yeah. And once this contract is over with them, we can re-engage with them, because they called Phoenix, right?
Yeah.
Phoenix, they called and they won't, if there's another person pulling, no. So, if this one's over, if they can leave us the sand to use and only take that little bit, then that's perfect.
Right,
So, any other questions? And I have slides, so if you go online or, we can give you a copy of slides, for all the budget stuff.
All the budget
You can
stuff's
see that.
online? I'll look
Yeah.
at it there. I didn't realize that was here today, I've been busy doing other
That's-
things. I remember it's a meeting, I made that.
Yeah, you did good, you did
It's
good.
almost 80 degrees today.
Yeah, the weather's been really nice.
All right, if there are no other comments, questions, we'll call for an adjournment.
No, executive
I'll make
session.
a
Oh,
motion to
see,
adjourn.
okay, I need an executive
Make a
session,
motion
that's
to-
right. Sorry,
Sorry.
You
thank you for
making it?
letting me know.
Who's second it?
Somebody want a second?
I'll
I'll
second.
second.
That one.
I'll let Mike do it.
Thank you all for coming.